Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel and welcome back to Marketwatch. Now I know today's not Friday, today's Saturday, but I've had quite a few hectic days at work over the past 2 weeks, really impacted on my upload schedule. First of all, want to apologise, really sorry about that. I am going to try and do this week and Monday to really try and get back into the rhythm and get back ahead of ourselves before the big content push for March. But thank you guys so much for clicking on the video and watching. If you are enjoying the videos I've been putting out lately, please make sure to do me a like, subscribe to the channel, check out the past videos on the channel as well. We do plenty of money making content and stuff like that. However, we are not here. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Welcome to Marketwatch. Now, in terms of this week, the combat achievements have been released and have gone down incredibly well. A lot of people are really enjoying that kind of content, and it's something I'm going to be dipping into on the main account just to see A, how bad I am at PVM, but also how good it's going to benefit in terms of rewards and stuff like that. So we will be doing something on that. Expect that coming to the channel maybe in a week or two because I want to have a full explore of it as well. But it's nice as something as a Mac player to have a push in something like high tier PVM and to give that a trial. Now, we are here for Marketwatch, of course, which is where we go through the Runescape 3 price rises and price falls for this week to discover any sort of money making methods, investments, or anything up in price for us to go and invest in. Now, because we are at the end of double XP season, we will be doing a video going over the most sort of best buys, in my opinion, off the back of the double XP to make a little bit of money or to get things at a little bit of a cheaper price just for the future. So that'll be coming maybe tomorrow if I'm productive enough, or probably next week. But again, subscribe for that anyway. So what we're going to do first, jump into the price rises and let's get going for Marketwatch for this week. So starting off in the most important sort of way, keys of a crossing have gone ballistic. Now, most of the reason I think is due to the combat achievements. There will be some combat achievements listed to Magister. But 718 for some keys of a crossing is pretty much like the glory days. So if you do have a bit of time, want a bit of AFK time as well, if you go down to corrupted creatures or the shadow creatures as well, you have a good time AFKing some melee XP, and getting 718k a pop for a key is incredible profit. Cosmic runes really did bottom out quite hard, and cosmic runes are one of those, in my opinion, especially in Runescape 3, is heavily underrated, and 380 for cosmic runes was really too cheap. Enchanting is such huge profit, and it's all down to a cosmic rune to be able to enchant. So the jump up to 464 I believe is justified, but I do think there'll be some more room in that to go up as well. And yeah, let's see what cosmic rune goes up to. Very good way to get some early level profit rune crafting. You don't need too high of a rune crafting level to do double the runes, but it's good to see where they go to as well. The Eternal Magic Shortbow plus 5 is 440k, and again, really interested to see like how that goes after double XP. I think the big bump up in price, or the big sort of push up in price, was due to it being a new item, but also because people saw the burial purposes of it. We're very interested to see what the XP will be like sort of on a double XP, and yeah, so nice to see where that will go to as well. Congealed Blood again, highlighting that it really is an item which is in demand but very short supply. 6.2k for what is essentially secondary for herb is very high in my opinion. As well, I think Spirit Weeds for herb is not cheap in its own right as well, so the Necromancer potions really are quite a high price. Brilliant Energy 255, we have a Dragon Dart Tip 4.2k each. Stonewall segment 14.3k, it's still one of the best ways to make some early starter GP on the game. 14.3k, pretty decent net, and you could probably push it a little bit as well for your sell price because people will be wanting to buy them because the construction XP on double XP is so good. Pot of Flower 2k each, again very good there, and possibly like a very niche free to play money making method. Crystal Skill Chompers 3.5k each. Powder Penance 747. We have Sector's Ascension Key 236k. They have been going up again, similar to Keys Crossing, I think due to combat achievements. Granite 500 grams for the Granite Lobsters. This is something I've just bought on 7-day bond. If you want a real easy money making method, you can buy a 2k block of granite for something like 3,000 coins. Just breaking that into 500 gram blocks is such an easy process. It's been streamlined quite heavily. Good way to make some money, and you'll make double your money off that. Anyway, we have the Chest of Seasons 37.2 mil, Felt at 3.3k, Coal still on the rise 565. You only need level 70 mining to do the Living Rock Cavern version of coal. And if you're using something like a porter, for every porter charge, you get 5 pieces, or it might be 3 pieces of coal. Either way, you get more than 1 piece. So it's a good way to make quite a bit of money at quite a reasonable mining level as well. If you were to use things like the Stone Spirits, which for coal would be dirt price, you'll make even more money on top of that as well. Orphan Glass, just over 3,000 coins. We have Primal Crossbow, 252k. Chocolate Bar, 431 GP each, and a Water Talisman, 939. Everlight Silver Ore, 11.2k. This was always going to come back. Out of the Sorry set, it always seems to be the one which is a bit in the expensive range. And Gold Rune is just under 3,000 coins. We have an Elder Seed at 21k each. Bane Bar, 13k. This has been meaning to go up, in my opinion, for a little while. Orichalcum and Necronium just seem to really push their price to the limit. And Bane Bar just seemed to be held back a little bit. But it's good to see that going up as well. The Sector's Keystone, 151,000 coins each. Green Salamander, 1.8k each. Goat Horn Dust, 1.1k. Again, these are all similar to the Pot of Flower, the very decent Crimson Charm secondaries. So mid-level-ish people are buying Trainer Summoning, and they will go up as a result. Dagonoth Hide as well, 3.5k. Again, that is a secondary for the Summoning skill, so that has gone up. Infernal Ashes, 458 GP each. A Chef Hat is 4.6k. Blood Talisman, 45k there. Malachite Green, 10.7, and Ancient Viz, 2.9k there. Barrow's Totem, 6,000 coins each. A Quartus Key, 145k. We have Summer Pie at 3.5, and Strawberries at 1.2k each. Golden Roses is now pushing a mil again. Again, these are always worth doing in terms of doing your bush run, just because Golden Roses are just sort of lesser price than what they normally are. They will always go up, and it's just worth stockpiling them for when they do eventually go up. Super Strength, 12.6k each. We have Cabbage at 1.6. Storm Guard Steel at 10.2k. Again, this is another Archeology item. People will get in the Arch artifacts at twice the rate with half the materials, and because of that, these why the items are rising. Jump in off the back of the double XP quite early in AFK caches and Archeology spots, and you will make a decent amount. If you've done Archeology over this period, what I would highly suggest, because you can't get double XP on your actual restoring of artifacts, sell your materials now and then wait something like 2-3 weeks, buy them while they're cheaper, and you will save yourself such a huge chunk of money for something you were going to do anyway. It's just a really good way to sort of make a little bit more GP, in my opinion. Quintus Key, 140k there. Portable Welt, 16.6. We have Alteration Necklace, 442. Regular Ghost Ink, 8.1. Magic Seed, 29k each. Maple Seed, 381 GP each. Aggression Potion, Bracket Fort, 70.5. Super Energies, 7,000 coins each. Hardened Dragon Bones, 14.7. And the Super Prayer Renewal, 34.7k. And Imperial Steel, 2.8. So this is the proper shift into the double XP sort of items I was expecting last week. A lot of the things which are sticking out at the minute are Summoning, Archeology as well, but also the skills people would kind of do next, like after their first big wave. So a lot of items which seem to be going up at the minute are like Necromancy sets, especially for rituals. All the Necromancy ritual items are going up. The inks, the necklace is a big sort of giveaway, and a lot of farming stuff going up as well. So nice to see that farming seeds are starting to pick up. I think it's only because people are going to be using the quick grow potions from Play Your Own Farms. But again, pretty solid weight. There's loads of items dotted here. You can go and either go in PVM for, skill for, or maybe even have sat in the bank. It's a really good time to do a bank clean is on a double XP, because a lot of skill items you might have bought for future have gone up significantly because of the demand of what they're looking for as well. And don't forget, low volume items, especially these summoning secondaries, might be incredibly high if you check the margin. Go and do something else while putting an offer in the bank. You will save yourself so much money. I have done on 7-day bond. I could have bought all the granite for 3 to 4k each. I put the offer in for 1.5k. I went in and done some fletching for about an hour or two, and all the granite is bought. So I've saved myself like mils just by doing that as well. But if you think that was just a small sample, if you're doing stuff and buying stuff in a big bulk, then you can save yourself a lot of money. So what we're going to do now is price falls, and what I'm going to pick out is maybe a couple of good items to do for the rest of double XP. So like here, Silverhawk Feathers have dropped down 25%. It's a good time to get a couple of easy like agility levels or some agility XP for a really good price. Springs at 1,800 coins each as well. Very underrated. Springs normally get hit quite hard on double XP because of the kind of promos we have. And Springs kind of get forced in a lot with the promos, especially the skilling promo, the Foresight one. Springs do come up quite a lot. But 1,800 coins each is a really good price for Springs. Like if we look at where they've been, this is probably the lowest they've been in a long time. So the last time they were here was just after Christmas, but we did peak at 3k each. So Springs are a good one. I like to buy in bulk, and I just sit them on my bank, and then I just wait till they go up, basically. Player wildcards, if you are looking to use these to train your Slayer, it's 2.5k each. Again, very good. And definitely one to train Slayer if you're going to use it on something really high XP and rewarding as well. Extreme Ranging Potions, just over 4,000 coins each. Rubies, 375. Again, really good crafting XP and exceptionally cheap as well. Really, really not expensive. And even if you have lost a little bit of GP from them, if you want to turn them into jewellery afterwards, you can make even more money there. Broad arrowheads, 62 GP each. Again, they're not really the favour of how people fletch anymore, but 62 GP each for a broad arrowhead is exceptionally cheap for how good the XP is. Yes, you can't sell them afterwards, and yes, they are untradeable. That is very good price though. Eternal magical logs, 3.3k each if you are new to that form of fletching. Very, very good there. Uncut dragonstones, 5.2k each, and the elder rune plate body plus 5 is 2.8 mil. Again, a big wave of these have come in. If you do want to spend the cash to turn this into burial armor, you'll get an awful lot of XP is the first thing, but it is quite expensive, so that's definitely a good option as well. Battle staffs, this is 100% a buy, and I'm actually going to go and buy some now on 7-day bond. 3.5k, these took a 13% hit. All you need to do is buy an orb, which even if it costs 5,000 coins, you can turn that into something like 8k. That is such a good steal of a price, and I'm going to go and buy that now just before this video comes out. Extreme defense, 12.3. Again, it could be a good time to pick up on some extremes, because we've already seen the range potion go down, so that's extreme defense as well. Orichalcum, 10.4, pretty big for that to be down. That's probably the lowest I've seen it in like a couple of weeks. Sorrow Brews, really good one as well. We will be getting some PVM updates eventually this year, so 5.7k for a 3 dose. And again, you have the option to turn that to Super Sorrow Brews, flasks, or a 4 dose as well. Could be a really good time to pick up on some very cheap Sorrow Brews. Vorn Bombs is always a good one. I always recommend it. 22.5k is a very good price there. White Berries, 1900 coins each. I would avoid herbs in secondaries at the minute. I think because there's a big sell-off, unless you're intending to buy them to use them, don't buy them to invest or to flip, because you probably will get burnt because the demand for them has gone down quite a bit. Grimy Turflax, 3.5k. We have Uncut Diamonds, 858. Again, if you're after a really good training XP, very good there. We have Orichalcum Phasmites on the way back down. We have Stone Spirits, Primal Stone Spirits, 21.9k. One to keep an eye on. I think if this gets down to like 18, 19k, it suddenly becomes a buy because they are very cheap. Again, same with Dragonstone necklaces, 9.3k. I do think there's a little bit more for that to dip down, but a lot more volumes come into the game. Very cheap Dragonstones as well will be available soon, so keep an eye on it and see what goes on there. Extreme Magics, again, a good time to buy some overload supplies because hopefully they're quite low down. You might actually have to buy them individually rather than the overload sets because you probably get a better price rather than the sets. You pay for the convenience of having the sets all in together. Uncut Emeralds, 8 to 7. Dragonstones, 3.5k each. We have Oak and Maple Logs on the way back down as well. Zoroastrian Insignia, 10.5k. A Clean Ranar, 2.3. Limpwork Root, 475. Headless Arrows, 97 GP each. And Rune Arrowheads as well, 172 there. Elder Rune Plate Body, plus 4 on the way down. Again, the plus 5 is already on the way down as well. But it could be a good time to pick these up and actually sell them for a decent price when you smith afterwards. I do think for a plus 5, 2.5 mil is probably like a reasonable price considering where it's been for a while. So definitely have a look. Have a look, see if it's worthwhile and see if it's worth picking up as well. And then finally, Mahogany Plank is 936 GP and we've got some Stone Spirits here as well. So price falls this time is very much loaded with a couple of deals, especially if you're looking to take some of these items and process them further. Obviously, you've got the Dragonstones. We all know Dragonstone jewelry. Afterwards is a very, very good thing. But you've got some very cheap ore, especially for like some bars lately, which have been very high in price, like Orichalcum ore. For 4.3k, at the minute is a decent price. Yes, it can still go down a bit more. So maybe put in a low ball offer just under that 4k mark, and you can get some decent prices there. Raw Rock Tails at 995 is a good price. Again, a lot of cheap crafting XP, a lot of cheap herb XP. Jump in, again, brews, battle staffs, elder rune plate bodies, soft clay, all this stuff which people have bought and used and got to their level. It's a good time to do it now. In my opinion, I do think like a double XP needs to be played, if you're looking on the sort of side of saving money, the opposite way compared to normal. I would do all the slow grindy stuff first, and then towards the back end of the double XP, then use your time and your money on the stuff which is going to cost money, like your herb, your fletching, and all this sort of stuff. Because people have already bought and used these resources, normally, from the trends we've seen from the past couple, they go down quite a lot in price. So that could be a really good thing to look into for the next double XP. However, we have spoken for a little bit now. 15 minutes I've gone for recording, so yeah, nice decent one to catch up on. Obviously, like I said before, I am going to try and get back into the routine. I want to keep pumping videos out for you guys, but thank you guys so much for support. I have bumped into a fair few of you as well during the double XP time, and you've all shouted me out, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for support as always, it means the world. But I'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe and like the video if you have, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next